Now let's look at the restaurant folder. Right click this folder and we'll create a new file. And make sure we choose Cocoa Touch and go next. Give a file name. The file name we give is restaurant cell, and the subclass is UI collection view cell. UI collection view cell, and go next and click on create. Click restaurant folder again. This time we choose a new group. Give a folder name called a view, V-I-E-W. And now we move restaurant restaurant cell, and I want to say restaurant cell. Notice here I give a name called a restaurant cell, but now it's changed to restaurant collection view cell. It just changed my file name, so we either rename it or we can recreate it here. Let me do this. I'm going to delete this one because I want to give a name called a restaurant cell, not a restaurant collection view. So by mistake the program renamed it for me. I don't want that's not what I want. I'm going to do this. Delete it, and I go back to go back to this folder here. Let's do it again, and right click folder view. That's what we just created here, and click on new file, Cocoa Touch. Go next here, and this time let's do it again. We call it as give a name called a restaurant cell. And the subclass UI collection view cell. Notice here I give a name called a restaurant cell, R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T cells. Go next. Because by mistake it renamed the file for me called a restaurant cell collection view. That's not what I want, but this is the name I want. Restaurant cell. Go next and create. So that's what I have here, restaurant cell UI collection view. And notice here this file is right under the folder view. That's the folder view we just created a few we just created here. So we put this file restaurant cell in folder view folder, and that's pretty much what we want. And say look at that, the subclass UI collection view cell. Next, let's go to the main storyboard. So right here, choose storyboard. And then we open restaurant list view controller. Choose restaurant cell. And then let's go to the class, custom class. And right here we choose the class that we just created here called restaurant cell. Means use restaurant cell to control this view. So right here saying restaurant cell, right? So now restaurant cell class is controlling this restaurant cell view. That's what we want. And then let's open the content view. And then let's select label. So we have two labels here. We need a label under the view. So go right here. Now choose available time. That's the label we want selected. It means this area, available time. And then let's go to the assistant window. And right here we switch to restaurant cell Swift. Here, so give more space here. So, right. Just need more space. All right, so now select this label. Control drag this label. Make sure I choose restaurant cell. All right, that's what I want. Give it a little space here. And then we control drag this label to right here. And we got a dialog box pop up there. And what we want to do is we give a name to this outlet. And we say LBL label title. Label title. And you click a connect. So add outlet here. Next, we want to control drag the subtitle right here. The subtitle, that one. See, this is the title and the subtitle, the label right below it. Make sure I go back to, say, I always switch my code automatically. That's not what I want. Restaurant cell. That's what I want. Restaurant cell. And give us some space here. Alright, so now I control drag the subtitle label, the one below the first label, to here to set up the outlet. So right here, you do control drag, put it on right here. And this time still give a name called label cuisine. LBL. CUISI, and you do it very slowly, because once you type any letter wrong, you just messed up the whole project, and you never know where you did wrong. Because we type code, we type in code, we also type in the outlet, and sometimes we name the label, name the view, name the image, and we create a class in the property window. And with a lot of things, once you messed up any place wrong, you just don't know where you did it wrong. So you have to start over. It takes some time, but that's the only way you can fix code. And I've been restarting this project over and over again because I always type it wrong and I don't know where I did it wrong. I just restarted it so that I can get it work. So now do a connect. So we add this IB outlet for the label cuisine subtitle. Next, let's drag this image. Control drag, put down here another outlet, and we give a name here called image IMG restaurant connect. So now we set up the 3 outlet from the class that we just created here, restaurant cell, to this view for title, subtitle, and image. And at this moment, the outlets, the 3 outlets for restaurant cell are now connected. We'll use an array of restaurant item instances as the data source for this collection view, and we'll create a new data manager class to load the data from JSON file and put them into the array in the next. Next, let's go to restaurant item under map model. Restaurant item here. First of all, I'm going to add another subclass called give a subclass name that is called decodable. And then we're going to delete this method. And add enumeration. This is the coding keys enumeration. They match the restaurant item properties to the keys in JSON file. See, you can see here we have a case name, case cuisine, latitude, longitude, address, postal code, start, state, image. If the key name does not match the property name, we can map the key name to the property name using the equal sign here, like this. For example, we have postal code and the image URL. These two are not in the JSON file. Then we can create one by saying, okay, postal code and image URL. Next, let's create a folder model in restaurant. So right-click restaurant folder, and then we can create a new group. Give a folder name called a model. And then within the model, we create a file. So right-click the mouse and new file. New file. And this time, we choose Swift and go next. Give a file name called a restaurant data manager. And click on create. And then you add this code here. Notice here we added an array of restaurant items and make it private. That means it is only accessible from within this class. And below that, we have a method of fetch. This function takes two parameters right here: location and the filter. The both are string type. The location is a string containing the restaurant location. The filter is a string containing the cuisines. If we don't provide a value for the filter, and it will be default to all. A completion handler is used to assign the result of this method to item. Here we create a if statement. If a file bundle main URL for resource location with exception JSON, this gets the path of JSON file in the app bundle and assign it to file. So this, you can see the file extension JSON for the location restaurant. And then we have a do while loop. The do while loop First, we try to assign the content of the file to data, and then we parse data and decode JSON file as an array, square brackets, as an array of the restaurant item instance, and we assign the restaurants to this variable restaurant. Decode the JSON file, get the restaurant items, send it to variable restaurant. And filter. If the filter is not the default value all, the filter method is applied to the restaurant array using cuisine contains filter. This results in an array of restaurant items instance where the cuisine property contains filter, and this array is assigned to items. Otherwise, restaurant array is assigned to the items. And here's a catch block. I will print the error message to the debug area if the do block fails. Completion handler. The results method is assigned to item property. Next, we'll add two more methods here called a number of items. The function number of items, we add this one, we also add a restaurant item. This one, function item number of item return the number of the items in item array, the number. And the function restaurant item returns the restaurant item from item array located at the index given. Now we have restaurant data manager. We can use this manager not only to provide restaurant data to the restaurant list screen, but also we can use this manager to map to the map screen.